Hello, fourth graders. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. We are on day 2 of week 3, or not week 3, week 5. Yesterday we learned how to really estimate these angles because we do not have protractors. We still do not have protractors, so we'll be doing along the same things. If you can access those web pages that I shared, and I'll add the link below in the video too, to that free math app, you're going to want to use this for the next few pages. If you don't, just follow along with me and see what I do. Alright, so day 2, we are going over 310 through 311 in the instructional book. Here's our practice, and day 13, countdown. Getting started, we have page 310 in the instructional book. Let's look at the top of the page. Said, draw a 30-degree angle. Think about using 2 pencils to make an angle. So this is going back to how we really started these lessons. If you remember back in lesson 28, we had the 2 pencils and we were playing around making different angles with them. So if you want a 30-degree angle, remember your benchmark fraction, or not fractions, your benchmark angles. So the straight line, an angle that goes at a straight line, is 180 degrees. An angle that goes straight up is 90 degrees. And I kind of got that skewed. Whoop, there it goes. That's going to be your 90-degree angle. Now, the model, it shows you exactly how to do this. Think about that right angle. You know that 30 times 3 is 90. So imagine the rays split the 90-degree angle into 3 angles. So all they did was they took this and they added in, they split the angle 3 ways. So we have 1, 2, 3 different angles here. And each of these angles is going to be exactly 30 degrees because 90 divided by 3 is 30. A 30-degree angle will open about the same amount as the angle shows at the right. So just like so. Just like that. Alright. We're going to use those models, so don't think we're done with them. Number 9 says, draw a ray on a sheet. Then place the protractor center point on the end point of your ray. What part of the angle is the point? So we're just going to go straight into the app. We're going to use our protractor tool. We're going to start at 0. Alright. And it says, what part? So it just says, draw a ray on a sheet of paper. Then place the protractor center point at the end point on your ray. So let's draw our ray. We're just going to draw him right here. Alright, so now that I made an angle, I'm going to measure that angle. My vertex is exactly in the center. So if we were using a real protractor, it would be lined up right here. And I guess we could use this. Let's refresh this. Because I like that this shows the numbers and not just the... Alright, and we're just going to make a ray. And we're going to place it anywhere. We're just going to place it right here. So now we made an angle. Here's our 0. And we went all the way. Now, is it going to be 76 or is it going to be 116? Well, looking at the angle itself right here, that's more than 90 degrees. So I'm going to say that it is 116 degrees. It says, keeping the protractor center point on the end point of your ray, draw a point on your ray at 0 degrees. So let's move. Whoop, gotta turn that off. So we have our angle. It's about 116 degrees right here. It's going to say 115 because this protractor on here doesn't read by singles, it counts by 5. Change our colors. We're going to draw that ray going straight across at that 0 degree mark. There are 2 marks on the protractor labeled 30. Choose the one that is 30 degrees from your 0 mark. So 30 degrees would be right here. Just like that. Let's get rid of that one. I don't want that one. There we go. Use the straight edge of the protractor to draw a ray from the vertex through the point you drew at 30 degrees. So all you would do is draw that angle out, just like that, or you could look at it this way. Let's turn that off. This is fun without protractors, isn't it? And we're going to go all the way down to the 30 degree mark, and we're going to make another whoop, and it's kind of skewed. I don't know why I'm using that mouse. I can use this mouse. Let's undo that. We can make that neater. Okay. There we go. Use the straight. Alright, we did that. Number 13 says, if you choose the other 30 mark and drew a point at that mark, what would the measure of the angle be? So if we go back over here, and we take this and we move it over to the other side, that would make it 150 degrees. Number 14 says, think about a right angle. Compare it to the angle you drew. How wide does your angle open compared to the right angle? So we need to go back over here and we are going to show a 90 degree angle, which would be our straight point right here. And we're just going to draw that. We're going to make it a different color though. We're going to make it green. Alright, so from our vertex up, it's going to be a little squiggly. There we go. Alright, think about a right angle. Compare it to the angle you drew. How wide does the angle open? So, the angle here, if you notice, let's change colors. This would be one section. This would be one section. This would be one section. So it opens one third as wide. I know this is hard when you don't have a protractor in front of you. I hope you're following along okay though. Alright, number 15 says draw a 75 degree angle. This is why I said if you have the ability to open this app up, I would, because we can just move this and color it in. So click it. So if we wanted to make a 75 degree angle, it would look like this. And I'm sorry, I'm a little shaky. Alright, and I'm just going to try and copy that as best I can, and I'm going to use a 90 degree angle to show it. So here's my 90 degree angle. My actual angle looks like it's right about here, and this would be 75 degrees. If we wanted to draw an angle at 100 degrees, we would have, here's our 90 degree angle. This is our 180 degrees, so this is 180, this is 90. Now we want 100 degrees, so we'll boom, boom, reset. 100 degrees, here's 90, and then this is 100. So we have our vertex in the middle of our protractor. We have our ray going all the way to the 100 degree mark, and then you always have to have that bottom ray exactly at that 0 degrees. So 100 degrees is 10 degrees more than 90 degrees. So it's going to look like this. Oh, you can't see it because I'm still on the screen. Sorry, guys. It's going to look like this. Alright. Practice page 315. Still going through reading protractors and drawing angles with protractors. So you can read through that example. We're just going to skip it because we are going to go straight into draw a ray. Straight into number 1. Draw a ray to show a 70-degree angle. So if you have a ruler at home or if you have a straight edge, I would get that out. We want a 70-degree angle. So we're going to start at 0. And remember, angles turn at 1 degree each. So here's 10 degrees. Keep that on that vertex, on that center point. We want 70 degrees. So we keep turning and turning and turning until we reach that 70-degree mark. And then we're going to draw our ray right there. This would be a 70-degree angle. Now we're going to do a 100-degree angle. Same idea. Start at that point right there and start turning your ruler until you make it all the way. There's our 90-degree angle, our right angle. And then right over here is going to be our 100 degrees. Whoops. There we go. That is 100 degrees. Now this back page, like I said, if you can open that app, you can draw this in the app and then try and copy it as best you can. So we want a 160-degree angle this time. So we're going to clear this out, clear it out. We're looking for a 160-degree angle, so we're going to start at 0. And we're moving, we're moving, we're moving. There's our 90-degree angle mark. This is going to be more than 90 degrees, so it's going to be an obtuse angle. We want 160. We're just going to keep going. Oh, there it is. That is your 160-degree angle. So if you're drawing this, what I would recommend is if you have a couple different colored pens, get those out. Draw your benchmark angles. So a straight line is going to be 180 degrees. Your right angle, your 90-degree angle, is going to come straight up from that. So let's try and find the midpoint here. Midpoint's about here. And we're going to draw that up. There's your 90-degree angle. Okay. This is your 90-degree angle. This is your 180-degree angle. And we want 160. So if you count backwards, let's use pink for this. Alright. If this is 180, that's probably about 170. This looks like it'll probably be about 160 degrees. And just whoop, make sure you got it right. Here we go. So this is your 160-degree angle. We're going to do the same thing with the 20-degree angle. A 20-degree angle is going to be acute because it's smaller than 90 degrees. So let's see, this would be about your 120-degree angle. So we're going to get our pens out again. We're going to draw our 180-degree angle, which is just your straight line, 180. Your midpoint is right about here. You're going to draw your 90-degree angle. This is your 90-degree angle. Right here. This is your 180. And then your 20 mark. So imagine this is 180/0 degrees. Alright. There's no true angle here. Alright, and we wanted 20 degrees, so this might be 10. This would be a close estimate for 120. It's not halfway through. You know, the 45 degree mark would more like be like half of this 90 degree angle falls probably about right here. So this would be 45. This would be 45. This is less than 45. So I'm thinking it's pretty close to that 20 degrees. Alright, 45 degree angle would look like, whoop, there it is. That 45 degree angle is going to be exactly halfway between my 180 degree line and my 90 degrees. So here's our 180. Here's our midpoint. Oops, sorry. I forgot. I gotta click back. So there's our 180. Here's our midpoint. Here is our 90 degree angle. And 45 degrees is exactly going to be halfway, because 45 divided by 2 is 45, or 90 divided by 2 is 45. There it goes. So this is a 45 degree angle, but also this would be a 45 degree angle as well. And then last one, 135 degrees is going to be obtuse. It's going to go past that 90 mark. I said 135, 135. Whoop. Right there. So, drawing it without a protractor, we're going to have our 180 degree mark, 180 degrees or 0. Then we're going to have our 90 degree angle, because we know what those angles look like. That's why we use these, because we don't need a protractor to tell us that it's 90 degrees. We can see it. Alright. And we want a 135 degree angle, which was going to be more than 90 degrees. So if you were to think, this would be more like 100, 120, and 135 would be right about here. Alright. That is how we measure angles without a protractor. Super fun, right? Alright. Countdown day 13. Let's run through this real quick, and then we are done for Tuesday. Alright, number 1. Where did it go? Number 1 says Sarah is arranging the chairs. For a recital. She wants to put the 16 chairs into a rectangular array. Complete the table to show 3 ways that Sarah can arrange the chairs. Well, all they're saying is how many different ways can she set them up? Can she set them up with just one row? With 16? One row with 16 chairs in it. Another way she could do that, she could make it into 4 rows. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 rows with 4 chairs in each. 4 rows, 4 chairs. Or she could have 2 rows, and in each row have 8 chairs. What do those numbers look like? Those look like the factors of 16, right? 1 times 16, 4 times 4, 2 times 8. Number 2 says look at the numbers below. Write each number under prime or composite. There it goes. Alright, it says 17. Is it prime or composite? It is prime, because we only have one factor pair for it, 1 times 17. No other numbers multiplied by each other get us 17. 28, we have 1 times 28, 2 times 14. We have 7 times 4. That's way more than one factor pair anyways, so we can just put 28 over here. 79. We know 79 times 1 is 79. But does it have any other factor pairs? Think about it for a second. Pause the video if you have to. No. 79 does not have any other factor pairs, so it is considered prime. What about 93? Does 93 have any factor pairs besides 1 in itself? Think about it for a second. Pause the video if you have to. 93 is actually a composite number because its other factor pair is 3 times 31. And then 102 is going to be composite. Why? Because it is an even number. All even numbers are composite except for one number. Does anyone remember what that number is? 2. 2 is an even number, but it has no other factor pairs. It is the only even number that can be considered prime. Alright, number 3. For A through E, select true or false for each statement. The number 54 is a multiple of 9. Do we multiply a number by 9 to get 54? Yes, we do. We do 9 times 6. The number 16 is a multiple of 2. That is true. 8 times 2. The number 48 is a multiple of 9. We know that's not true because in order to be a multiple of 9, we have to be an odd number. That is not an odd number, so that is false. The number 32 is a factor of 8. That is true because of 8 times 4. The number 6 is a factor of 12. That is true. No. Yes, that is true because 6 times 2. The way that worded that for a second looked weird. Alright. Number 4. Madison was finishing up her math homework but was stuck on the last problem. She was looking at the number pattern below. So we have a number pattern here, 2, 3, 5, 9, and 17. It's asking what the next number in this pattern is going to be. So we need to look at this and really consider the patterns. What is it going to be? We have the, 2 plus 1 is 3. Then 3 plus 2 is 5. Then 5 plus, would it be? No, 5 plus 4 is 9. And then we have 17 out here, randomly. So what's the difference between 17 and 19? Go ahead and subtract that real quick. 19 minus 7 would be 12. So we went from 1, 2, 4 to 12. So how do we decide what the next pattern's going to, or what the next number is going to be? Pause the video and think about that just. Alright, the next number is going to be 33. It's going to have 16 markers out of it. And the way that I found that out was when I subtracted the rest of these numbers did not fit into my pattern. Okay? If I were to say 31, well, the space between 31 and 17 is 14. That doesn't follow the pattern. Number 5. The first number in a pattern is 12. The pattern shows the rule divide by 2 and then add 10. Complete the table to show the next two numbers. So we're going to take 12, we're going to divide it by 2, which is 6, and then we're going to add 10 to it, which equals 16. Then we're going to do the same thing here. Divide by 2, that'd be 8, add 10, that would be 18. Alright? So that concludes day 2 of week 5. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. As always, make sure you're looking out for my phone calls. We have to do those discussion-based assessments this week. And so I need to talk to each and every one of you Unless your contact is Mr. Perez, then he will be doing those for you. But if your contact is me, I will be calling each of you. You have to participate. So if there's a specific time that works better for you, you need to get a hold of me and let me know so I can schedule it. Alright, we're going to have these videos uploaded, and I will see you for day 3. Bye, guys.